way to an appointment I have had for quite a while. I am going in to have cool sculpting done. I want to go in and have my waist whittled away a little bit and smooth out my lower abdomen. And I have talked to a lot of friends who've had this done, and they were pleased with the results. And I've done a lot of reading, but I'm not exactly sure what to expect. No, you can't ever be sure what to expect until you've experienced yourself. So one thing I have done is worn a jacket that has a zipper down the front so that I can get dressed easily after this is done, because I'm just guessing that they would probably bind you afterwards, but I don't know. So I'm just going to be prepared for whatever comes my way. And I'm going to take the camera in so that you can see what is being done. Hopefully they'll let me video the entire process. That would be really great. And then tomorrow I will give you an update. Well, I might give you an update after it's done, and then tomorrow I'll give you a follow-up, and then in a couple weeks even more information. And I'm going to edit this and put it all on one video. So if you are planning to have this process done, you'll have as much information as I can give you about my experience. And I have about 22 minutes till my appointment, and I'm going to get there, try to find a parking place, and go inside, and I will video as much as possible and get back to you. I'm going to tell you step by step what happened when I went in to get cool sculpted. Well, when you go into this particular med spa, they have several rooms that you can use. They took me to my specific location. There's a large lounge chair, almost like a bed, but it's a lounger. It's pretty wide, real comfortable. And they have you put on these paper undergarments. You take off all your clothes, put on paper undergarments. Then they took me to another room. Of course, I was in a robe. They took me to another room, and they did a 360-degree silhouette photo. It doesn't really show your face or your body in detail. What they're going to do is, when I go back, they're going to do another 360, and then they will compare those two and see how much progress I've made. After that, you go back into the room where they're going to do the treatments, and they marked off where they are going to put the vacuum, their oval vacuum shaped pieces of equipment, almost like you would take a vacuum cleaner hose and put on a suction cup, but they're oval-shaped suction cups. They mark those off because they have different sizes, and they have to determine which size is best for you and what locations you're going to have the treatment. And so what we did was 2 at the waistline and toward the back, and 2 on the front lower abdomen. They put this barrier, this gooey, plasticky barrier on your skin where they've marked off where you're going to have this suction done. And that is to keep your skin from freezing. You don't want frostbite in those areas. So they did that. Then they put the suction cups on, and I did 2 on one side first, and then they were going to turn me over and do the two other side, one on front, one on back, and then one on front, one on back on the other side. So we attach those, and you can actually feel the suction holding your skin in. And then when they turn it on, they start it, and you can actually begin to start feeling it getting cold, and it gets very cold. It's much colder than if you took a Ziploc bag of ice and laid it on your skin. It's much colder than that. But it's safe because they put this barrier on, and in order for the Cool Sculpt to work, which means it just freezes those fat cells that you have in the area, it has to be colder than the temperature to freeze ice. So I was on one side for 35 minutes. That's front, lower abdomen, waistline toward the back. Almost exactly where your belt would be on a pair of slacks or the belt line of a skirt. They did that toward the back, not toward the front, because I had the other front lower abdomen suction cups in that location. So it gets very, very, very cold. But just try, if you do this, just try to distract yourself. I got on my phone, I read, I chatted with the girls who were coming in and out of the room. And so that was fine. 35 minutes can go by pretty fast if you do keep yourself busy, but try not to focus on that one spot. That's just one of those things that I learned long ago when I'm having something done, is to distract myself, and it works for me, so try it for yourself. And then they took the suction cups off. The timer went off, 35 minutes, timer went off. They had two girls come in, one the front, one toward the back, and they massaged that area that was frozen for 2 minutes. They just will massage, and that has some pain involved, mostly just really, really sore. Not like a shooting pain, but really, really sore. So I just talked and chatted with him for that 2 minutes, and that went by pretty fast. Not too bad. Turned over, we did this exact procedure on the other side. And then, after it's all over, you have this gooey gel. It's more gel than goo. So it's gel, and so I wiped that off. They gave me warm washcloths to wipe all that gel off. And then I got dressed. And as it turned out, I did not need this top with a zipper all the way down. They do not bind you. I was really surprised because I thought they would, but they do not bind you. You just put your clothes back on and you're done. And I do know that while I was getting dressed, I noticed that the skin, the area was very red, really red, and it still felt very, very cold. And that's, even now, I can still feel that coldness on my skin. So I don't know how long that's going to last. I would imagine it'll last more than an hour or two. I guess that's that frozen part, and they gave the frozen part of that area where they put that little suction cup. Well, and they gave me a little goodie bag that says Cool Sculpting, and they gave me a water bottle, Cool Sculpting water bottle. And they give you that because they want to emphasize the need for you to drink a lot of water after this procedure, because you eliminate those dead fat cells through your kidneys. So you want to flush your kidneys and eliminate all of that. And so now I'm going to go home. I had not made any plans for the rest of the day because I didn't know what to expect. So I'm going to go home, and I guess I'm going to thaw out. So I'll get back with you. Good morning, everybody. I was having my coffee and reading the paper and realized that I promised you I would give you an update on the Cool Sculpt. So last night I didn't have much trouble sleeping. I did wake up this morning and realize that I was a little bit puffy, and I'm going to back up so you can see what I'm talking about. In this area, which is where I had the lower abdomen done, that's a little puffy, and then I'm going to pull this back so you can get a silhouette from on the waistline, from the mid-core area back around this area is a little puffy. Also, it is sore. It's almost as if you worked out a little too hard, but it's nothing that's going to disrupt my day. And then I do have some bruising, but it's just superficial bruising. It's nothing deep. And I imagine that's because the skin was vacuumed into that piece of equipment and it was frozen. So you're going to have a little bit of damage to the skin. That is not concerning to me because I had read a few things about that. But you might consider it if you're going to have your neck done or under your chin. If you're going to cool sculpt that, keep in mind that it might bruise. And other than that, I think it's going well. I mean, it hasn't even been a full day, but I think I will get back with you in a couple of weeks because I'm not going to see much difference between yesterday and today except for the puffiness, the slight bruising, and the soreness. I don't see anything else has changed, but in a couple weeks maybe I will get back to you. I'm going to add it to this video and maybe we'll see some changes and I'll give you an update. Hi everybody. It has been about 2.5 weeks since I had the original Cool Sculpting session, and of course I talked to you the morning after, and in between that time there's been quite a few little changes that's gone on. So let me tell you step by step what happened. I noticed that about 3 days after I had the Cool Sculpting that my skin was starting to turn numb in the areas that I had treated. And so that was a good thing because it was still sore and the numbness helped with that. And then I noticed about 2 or 3 days after that that the areas started to itch. It was kind of a tingly itch, and that's all normal. The numbness and the itching or tingling is all part of the process. The itching part, I believe, is from the nerve endings waking back up, and so that I knew to expect that. But then the numbness kind of started subsiding, and the achiness has subsided mostly in my lower abdomen, but not as much on my sides. So I think I'm progressing more on the abdomen than the sides, or not more, but maybe just a little faster. And so now I don't have any itching or tingling. I have a little bit of achiness on both the left and right waist sides because I can tell because these jeans fall right where the area was treated. And it's not super uncomfortable, it's just you are aware that it is achy. And that slowly every day gets a little bit better. But also, I am so excited about my lower stomach because I'm really starting to see some changes, and it's only been 2.5 weeks. And they told me at the med spa that it would be about 6 weeks before I really saw change. So I have high hopes for this process. And so I think what I'm going to do is wait until later this spring and do an updated video, do a separate video that gives you a full update. But I will stop this one at this point, and I hope if you're thinking about having Cool Sculpting done that this is very helpful for you, and if it is and you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please tap the subscribe button and follow me on Instagram. Bye.